I'm Kim Jenkins. I grew up in the church. My mom and my dad were, we went to church every Sunday. I was baptized probably at the age of 6. It was just kind of like the traditional thing to do, Southern Baptist Church, small town Louisiana. So yeah, I have always believed in God, but definitely tried to do my own thing and try to take my life by the reins instead of letting Him guide me. I never really had a relationship, never really felt like He was someone that I could confide in and that really knew me. Since I've been going to Freedom and hearing real word for real people from Pastor Sean, it's definitely made me create a relationship with God and not just have Him as this being that's overseeing me, but somebody that I can confide in and could trust and could honor as the head of my life. A lot of people don't know about me that I don't really talk about is that I hit rock bottom when I went through a divorce. I actually lost my home, I lost my car, and my kids were living with their dad. And so at that point, I felt like there was nowhere else to go but to God because I had nothing else left. I really wanted to give up on a lot of things, including life. And it was prayer. I'm sure prayers from my grandparents that kept me and made me realize I would just hear my mom singing gospel songs in my head, and I would just start walking through the kitchen singing them. And that's kind of what made me realize, like, okay, maybe talking to God is not such a bad thing, and maybe He does hear me. A lot of times I've struggled in life with knowing if I'm actually hearing from God, or if I'm hearing from myself what I want God to tell me. And so I think in those moments, when I was alone by myself, I could truly hear from Him and know that He was going to take care of everything. And the life I'm living now is a testament that God is real and He will truly pick you up from your lowest point. London has always been my kid that was curious about God, always asks questions. When is Jesus' birthday? When is God's birthday? Just random questions. And so I always wanted her to be in church, not just doing the traditional things, checking the box, but actually developing a relationship. And when London's dad and I got a divorce, and she would pray and call God her father and daddy, she developed that relationship with Him, and I wanted her to continue that. And so when she told me that some friends from school invited her to church, I was like, okay, I have to let her go. So I took her, and when she got back in the car, she just cried and said that she had the best experience, that she was able to open up to people, and I just knew that I had to continue to allow her to do that. Not ever thinking that I would actually come to the church, but I was like, okay, youth on Wednesday, we can do that. She brought home a card or something, and she was like, I really want y'all to come. So we came, and when I walked to the door and a stranger said, welcome home, my heart just melted. I was like, wow, nobody has ever said that to me when I walked into a church. And so I was just like, okay, that was weird. And it was just person after person all the way into the sanctuary. Just, hi, welcome. So glad you're here. I've never received that type of reception at a church before. Nobody's worried about what you have on, what you're doing, or anything. It was just very, I don't know. It was a worship experience. All eyes were on the stage. Nobody's worried about what anybody else is doing. It was different, but it was an experience for sure. London has been asking to get rebaptized because, again, she got baptized when she was really young as well. I just knew that it was time for me to take my mask off, and be truly who I wanted to be, which is a child of God. And I wanted to make an outward declaration to my children, mostly to show them that mommy's doing, I'm starting anew. Like, all of the old things that happened, the trauma that we've been through, the pain that we've been through, I'm releasing it all. When I go down and come up, I'm a new person. 2 weeks before I got baptized, she reached out to me, texted me from school and said, I'm getting baptized with you. So going into it, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little nervous. I was not sure how I was gonna feel, what was gonna happen. Um, I knew why I wanted to do it. I knew my purpose for doing it. I knew what it meant. But I also was a little nervous because change is hard sometimes, you know. Doing things differently is hard sometimes. Afterwards, after I came out of the water and I saw my family right there, I knew that I would forever have their support, and that's all that mattered to me. I didn't really care about what anybody else had to say. My daughter, the person who made me a mother, was in the baptismal pool with me, getting ready to get baptized. So for me, nothing else mattered.